Welcome back to Sports Wisdom Podcast. It's me, it's JD, style, whatever. I got Drew. We got LordSaintMerica. That's him. And then we got Harmon boy.
Woo!
There he is.
I don't know what that was. You're welcome.
Welcome back.
Yeah. I don't know what to say, but...
You're not supposed to say anything. You're supposed to be as primitive as possible.
Aww.
That's why I pulled a Freddy Fazbear.
Yep. We're doing this again. We did this last week. Part 2 of our podcast, of our tier list. Sword Bros Gaming tier list.
Yeah.
I
Commercial.
did it on accident somehow. Last time our games were in no order at all. They're back to being in alphabetical, minus a few altercations I made for the sake of not overcrowding us with one person answering. To some extent. I'm seeing the Fire Emblem games down here now and realizing I probably didn't do a great job. Or in the Fire Emblem and Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
But it's okay. If you're hearing some audio issues on Harmon Boy's side, he's not actually fully here. He is on the road. So.
I promise.
What a phenomenal example.
as clearly demonstrated.
Thank you so much for lagging out exactly. Yeah.
Alright, well, we're going to hop right into it, boys. There's not much more to be said. This is 4D chess. And this was Drew. This was your, one of your...
Okay.
Yeah.
I've played 4D chess. I haven't played it as much. I have 5D chess also, which is another level. 5D chess is crazy. 4D chess is at least manageable within a realm of possibility. 5D chess is beyond most human comprehension. So I like it. It's a good game. It's a good, like, I wouldn't say like puzzle. It's like a strategy game. It's a strategy game because if you die, you can also die like in the past and future.
In real life. That's where I thought you were going.
In real life, yeah. If you die, if your king gets taken, no. But I mean, there's just a lot of. You really got to be careful with like what you do in the game, or else all of a sudden everything you've done is just for nothing.
Yeah, it's a really trippy game. I will say.
Yeah, that's a good trippy.
I love that on Steam, it has every single tag.
It does. Yeah.
I find that to be really funny. So.
That's just Steam. That's just Steam users.
That is just Steam users. All right. It's kind of it's you know, kind of not the same issue as Blade and Sorcery, but a similar one where it's hard to rank amongst all these other games because it's just chess, but
that's true.
with time travel.
5-dimensional.
Yeah, I was about to say it might not be just chess.
It's not just if you
Yeah.
you know if you overlook the you know act of time and space travel, it's just chess.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Okay.
You just invalidated the whole game right there in 5 seconds. Wow.
Wow.
Harsh.
It is kind of a cool concept though.
It is a good concept, but like.
Y'all.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, where would you put it? Somewhere on the
Man, he's just going.
He's going. Harmon boy. Hey.
He's gone into the 5th dimension.
He's playing chess.
This is what the game chat in He's
I just hear
He's Man.
You're just laughing a rise from the depth.
He's loving that.
Uh-huh.
I want to let a primordial scream.
Something about a
I think I
primordial
had
scream.
Primordial scream. Yeah.
But concern.
All right, Drew, where would you put
Uh-huh.
this? Because I've never actually played it, so he'll come
I
back when
will
he
say
gets
I
back.
played 5D chess more. That's so true. Yeah, I have played 5D chess more, but 4D chess really was a lot of fun. Just because its complexity, probably honestly like right where you have it now, because it's just like it's a
Oh.
hard game to understand in
Okay.
certain aspects. Yeah, it kind of. No, it's definitely a C. Go down to C. It's
Okay,
definitely a C.
okay. Top of C.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. Yeah.
All right. This is a Harmon Boy game. Harmon Boy, Assassin's Creed 3. We will come back to it. Battlefront 2. Wait.
Oh.
It's 3. My favorite game. No! 5 seconds, hold on.
Okay. You got this. I believe in you.
Hold up. The comedy of this is not lost on me.
Oh!
Okay, hold on.
Hey!
Hold on. I
He's
forget
here.
How awful of a city this one is. Hi!
Hey!
Comprehend.
Hey! I finally escaped Corner's Hole. It actually held me hostage. Hi!
Hey!
That whole freaking city needs to be blown off the map. Hi!
Hey.
I hate that hell with a passion.
Whoa.
Right now. Anyways, just my opinion of that city.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyways.
Talk about accent.
Anyways, where were we?
Assassin's Creed 3.
Oh, the best of Assassin's Creed? Let me give you a little rundown of it, right? Okay?
Go ahead.
Are you ready for this?
We're listening.
So, basically, it's Assassin's Creed, but in the Revolutionary War. The best time to kill people, if you look lore accurately at it. Narratively, it's probably one of the weaker entries in the series, but gameplay-wise, it was ahead of its time. Plus, it's a very pretty game for its time. Plus, it's a lot of fun. It's the one I've logged the most hours in.
Okay.
Debate here.
I have not
I'm
played.
thinking solid B.
I have not played any Assassin's Creed, so
Okay.
this
Well,
is.
I think unless there's any objection, mid B. It's not a perfect. And while it's near and dear to my heart, it's not compared to some of the other games on the list.
If you
I think
said
B is very good for it.
mid B,
B.
what? Mid or high B?
Well,
I'll just put it there.
yeah,
Yeah,
that works.
that's fine. Okay. Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate. This was you, righty?
Yes, I
You were
believe
Baldur's
so.
Gate. Yes.
Yes.
I've heard crazy things about this game.
Here's the main thing that you gotta understand about Baldur's Gate. It is D&D, and it also is not D&D.
Oh.
Because, like, sure, it has, like, it's, like, based in the D&D, like, sense that it's, like, these are the classes from D&D. These are everything from D&D. But it...
You're not rolling dice before you hit people.
I mean, technically you are, just not you. It's the game that does it for you.
Okay.
Game that does it. What are we talking about? Hold on.
We're talking about Baldur's
What
Gate
did I
3.
miss?
Welcome back.
Oh, very good game.
Very-
I'd Eli, where are you putting it?
I'd say like probably A or
Yeah.
S.
Wow. All right. I mean, from what I've been hearing,
I'm not. Sure.
I'm not. I'm not. I don't object. A or S. Where again? I've
I
not
think
played this
S.
game.
High
I mean,
S
honestly,
tier.
you would
Highest
love
S
this
tier, I
game,
think.
Jackson. It's so
Yeah.
fun.
I mean,
I'm sure I would. Only thing, the only thing that's been like, kind of making me lose interest is I'm hearing the game is over 100 hours long.
Depends on how you
Yeah, but
play
that's
it.
good.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
But that's
It's
so
sort
much
of just-
that
content.
just means
yeah,
what
it's more. It's not like a, hey, you should like play 50 hours to get to a point where you're like, I feel satisfied with my gameplay today. No, it's more of like a, all right, I'm gonna do like a couple of these like quests or whatever to like, you know, do stuff.
Right,
And
and that's
then-
fine. But my
Yeah.
brain enjoys the dopamine of hee go fast.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
So hard to
I
hard
think
to
you should go
do when
next to
you're
Breath of the
speed
Wild.
locked.
Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, true.
You're saying up next to Tears of the Kingdom. Look, Chandler has bias. He hates Terraria
It's
and
much
hasn't
better.
played Subnautica.
Okay, but if we're really gonna put Terraria, are we really gonna put Terraria above Baldur's Gate 3 though? Terraria is a fine game and all, but I don't think it's better than Baldur's Gate 3.
Here's what I'll say. I think I would put Baldur's Gate above Terraria specifically because we love Terraria with its mods.
I will give you that. You know what? That is completely fair.
Baldur's Gate is perfectly fine without mods. I think there are definitely like mods that are great for Baldur's Gate, but it is a beautiful game without it.
I didn't even know it had mods yet.
I think I think I've
Everything
heard
has
it.
mods to this
Yeah,
point.
I'm
Well-
sure it
That'd be true. Okay, so below Subnautica, do you think?
I think above Subnautica.
Let me ask Eli, because he's actually played both.
Replayability wise, I'd say I'd say Subnautica for like a different reason from just like, because like
Because you'll actually play it
You can-
multiple times.
yeah, and the thing about Baldur's Gate is that like you can make a bunch of different saves with a bunch of different characters, but you're only really going to I'm gonna say enjoy like 2 or 3 of them, just because like whether you want to or not, you're going to play roughly the same every time. Like obviously it's like, you know, you're like, I want to do a good guy run, I want to do a bad guy run this time, but like you're like, once you play it for the first time, you kind of know some things that you should expect if you play more than one time,
Okay.
which isn't bad because it's such a big game that it's sort of like it doesn't really matter that you know, but also it's not really like you can play it and be like, whoa, I didn't expect this to do this attack, because they all have, like, you know, it's not like they get different attacks based on what they're doing or what the save file is. So yeah, I'll say this: Subnautica is replayable specifically for the randomness that it has in it.
That makes sense. Okay. Right. I don't know if that means put it above or below.
I'll say Subnautica can go above.
Yeah, that's my boy. Okay. Sorry, Chandler.
That's okay.
All right.
I will also say the other reason why I would say Subnautica goes above Baldur's Gate is because it is older, and so like the way that I'm sort of gauging these games is first how much fun they are to play, and secondly like how old they are, and like using that as like a does it still hold up as well as
Yeah.
it did then?
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like looking at some of these, I've noticed a lot of the games that you requested are very old. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I made sure that I brought in games that no one else will either know or have played.
bro's got
Yeah.
Gemfire on here. I don't even know what that is. So
I'll explain it. You'll see.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Okay, Battlefront 2, not the EA remake
Not
one.
the new one,
This is
yeah.
the original one.
This is the original Lucasfilms game studio one.
Yep.
I don't actually even remember what the game studio was for it, but yeah,
Can we agree that this is the best of the Battlefront games?
it is. It is the best of the Battlefront.
It definitely
games.
is the peak of it.
Well, yeah, actually, that's a good point. It is the peak of it. Technically, gameplay wise, it is not the best of them because the new Star Wars Battlefront 2 is the best of gameplay wise. Just
Right,
because,
so that's more recency than anything
Yeah.
else.
just because
Game,
that's
but
sort of-
altogether,
Okay.
Yeah, but
it's
That's
but like compared to each other, Star Wars Battlefront 2 is the best one.
right.
which one?
Just
Just
You
for the
don't
fact
know,
that
right?
it is
the Lucasfilm one, not the.
Yeah.
yeah, the
That-
Lucas.
I was just
The
making sure
Lucas,
you-
yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
that. Yeah, anyway, the Lucasfilm one is so good. I that was probably the most played game of my childhood.
Oh, same. Because of that, I want to say A tier, but I don't know where in A tier because a lot of these
Yeah.
games are good.
Yeah. Personally, like this is just my input. Obviously, it's not the only input to say. I'd say right below Spiritfarer would be.
Ooh, that's good.
Ooh. Nice.
Okay.
It's very hard to top Spirit.
Yeah, I was gonna say just barely
thought
above
Spiritfarer-
Spiritfarer, but that might be because
Spiritfarer is
I haven't
so
played
nice.
Spiritfarer. I've only
Mhm.
played it. I've only watched you play it, but even still, like
Mhm.
I feel like Spiritfarer should be higher. But that's just my opinion. I don't know.
I'm kind
it
of happy with
doesn't-
where it is.
I think it is in a good spot because like it should stay in high A. I think.
Right.
Right, like it. Spiritfarer is not going above Blade and Sorcery, but I can't really like see much that would probably go above Spiritfarer.
Mhm.
Okay, Beat Saber.
Right.
I was about to say it's like the Agent Rainbow of the power tier list. It's sort of like a
Dude, the power tier
can it
list.
beat Spiritfarer?
In hindsight, I hated the power tier list because Agent Rainbow ruined everything.
It really did, yeah.
It was kind of fun though, and then we had that whole debate on whether or not Galactus really was just the strongest.
Yeah. That's my thing about power tier list is that like when you want to make a power tier list, you want to just include all the most powerful beings that you can think of just to see like which one would be which one, and then you're just like, oh, this canonically this guy is just unbeatable just because.
And then
How do I gauge that?
and then we had Bismuth,
And then we had Bismuth.
which oddly enough was way higher than I thought it would be.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't want to say anything when we were making it, but it so many people should have been able to beat Bismuth.
It just didn't. Drew, if you don't know what we're talking about, we did a power scale tier list. Like, I guess it was when I was over at college, and we had Break of Bismuth as one of the entries, and it did way better than a Break of Bismuth probably should have done.
Yeah.
Okay.
We I think the reason why is because we based it off of it. Would this character like be like
It was
out of the
It would
like,
be if
who-
I threw a brick of bismuth at someone's head, would they or would they not fall over in pain?
yeah
To be fair, bismuth as a element, it's like as the material bismuth, it is a very. It's not like tough.
No,
Like it's
yeah,
not like hard.
yeah.
But
It's
if you throw it at somebody, it's gonna
yeah, it's
hurt. It's sharp.
because it's like a sharp, brittle
Yeah.
rock,
Right.
and it's basically like throwing an impact shrapnel grenade at someone.
There's a solid chance it will break on the impact of their chest and
Yeah.
straight up just send bismuth shards into their body.
Right. Which I guess is why it ended up being so high.
That's fair.
Rocks are
It's like
very
throwing out a
cool.
frag grenade.
Rocks are very
That's
cool.
fair.
They call him Drip because the drip don't stop. I can't. Alright, Beat Saber.
You cannot escape the drip.
You can't escape it.
I mean, you can't. You really
Beat
can't.
Saber is one of those games where if you have not played it, something is. Well, if you haven't played it.
No. You're right. Something is
Then-
wrong with you.
Okay, well, I wasn't gonna say that, but like, cause like there are people who just can't like afford a VR or something. But like, or if you haven't even like
Friends.
watched it or seen it, like, where have you been the past like years?
4
I mean,
years.
it's been a huge
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. I just
I
I
know.
remember getting a VR and being like, "This is the first thing I am getting."
Yeah.
So
I have one of my most recent memories is E and I just vibing until 10 playing Beat Saber.
Oh yeah.
Beat Saber and Blade and Sorcery.
Yep. That was some
Blade
some good
Sorcery.
Those are
times.
some good times.
Some very, especially during Blade and Sorcery, some very unhinged times.
Very unhinged times.
Thinks about when I grabbed someone's dead body and started swinging them around to attack
As a weapon, yes.
as a
always
weapon.
always a joyous occasion in Blade and Sorcery.
Yes.
Something unique
You
about
have friend.
something about Beat Saber. Chandler is the one who introduced me to this, and then he doesn't play it anymore. Harmon boy, what is the deal with that?
Well, I don't like it much.
Oh.
Huh.
To be
What are you, a loser?
He doesn't like working out.
Whoa.
no, I mean I liked it when it came out. I feel like it. I'm not gonna go back and play it. It's
Even-
just not like a game I want to play all the time.
See, even your internet thinks you're absolutely crazy for not liking this game.
Yeah, it wants you to not be able to talk.
No,
I will.
we're giving him. A
I
hard
will
time.
say that. I will say one thing. The actual playing the base game itself, like no mods or anything. I don't really like that a lot of stuff is put behind paywalls. Like,
Yeah, that's
why?
That's true.
Why would certain
That's
things
kind of
like there's
my
a
issue with the two.
yeah, like the Green Day pack. I would love to play like half the songs on that pack, but it's like $10 on top of the base game when I could just mod in the songs for free.
I think
But
they're under the assumption that if you're able to afford an Oculus Quest and a Beat Saber game, then you could probably afford DLC.
that,
But it-
yeah, that is true. But then again, there are like people who are like, yeah, here's your birthday present, or here's your Christmas present.
Well, that's true.
You know, it's not like
And I will also say that it does add like free ones as well. Like it does
Mm.
pretty regularly add new like free volumes.
yeah. But I mean, I love a lot of the free ones. I don't.
Oh, yeah,
I
the
haven't played in quite a while,
Yeah.
but
I
I
will
remember
say
them being good.
Yeah, I will say the only two like paid playlists that I really wanted to play were the Rocket League pack
Mm.
and the Monster Cat pack, which both of them are basically just Monster Cat.
Monster
Yeah.
Cat, yeah.
Yeah,
Monster
That's
Cat was a
because-
fun one. There was one that was just like a mix of artists. I really liked that one too.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah. Like a lot of the fun of the game though is like obviously when you get to a really hard stage and you're like, wow, there's no way I could ever do this, and then you keep doing it because you're like, I want to see how far I can get.
I'm looking at you
But I-
spin eternally.
Yeah, and then you're like, you get like halfway through it and you're like, oh wait, maybe I do understand this level, and then you beat it and you're like, okay, I guess I should go become a samurai now or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you're like,
That is, yeah, I get that. That is one of the joy things about it, where like you start and you can't like easy mode. You start on the
Yeah.
basic mode of the game, and you're like, this is very hard, and then you bump your way up, and like it's just kind of like the repetition of remembering where the notes are and how far
Yeah.
to, you know,
Right.
aimlessly
And, like,
throw your arms sometimes.
Yeah, so, sometimes like I feel like half of the game is like memorizing how like muscle memory of like what moves you're supposed to make, and then half of it is just swinging your arms and hoping that it counts.
Yeah.
Because
True.
there's no way you can muscle memory spin eternally.
You
I mean,
can't.
obviously there are parts of it that you can,
Right.
but then there are some other parts that you definitely cannot.
It's because your body isn't meant to move that fast, but
Nope. Or in those directions.
yeah, or in those directions. Either way, great game.
Phenomenal game. Really
I'm
good.
tempted to put it in S tier.
Also, another thing I will say to everyone
I'd say
that
high
had.
B.
Anyways, anyone that has Beat Saber, I want to challenge you. Go to Fitbeat, turn it to 360 mode, and play it on expert. It is terrifying.
And double the speed.
I remember Fitbeat. I remember playing with the 360 mode, and I had a Rift S, so it was tethered to my computer.
Oh.
I would just twist. It was so awful because I would twist myself with the cables, and I'd go to
Yep.
move, and I'd trip over, and I'd like hit my head on the bed.
Bro looked like a
It
Scooby-Doo
sucked so
villain at the
much.
end of that level.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
it was
it's-
great though. It was so fun.
It's terrifying and fun at the same time, and like afterwards, you're like, how did I enjoy that? But also, my goodness, that was fun.
Harmon boy, I'm interested about your high B take.
I don't know. It's very repetitive. It's not my kind of game. So I'll stay out of the debate on it. I just don't think it's S tier though.
I think you...
I think that-
My friending,
Exactly.
I love
Why
you.
would Blockmine pay more?
My friending, I love you. You're the only one who disagree. We'll put it bottom of S.
Yeah,
To
I will
compromise.
say it is like one of those games that's like, it's a how do I say it?
It's not really a game that you just like go in and like, I'm going to play Beat Saber to like
It's
do
a-
this thing. It's more just like a hey, I've got some time. I want to play a VR game. What do I want to play? Beat Saber? Beat Saber sounds good. I'll play Beat Saber.
It's very much a
Yeah.
lock-in game.
Yeah.
Like
I
you
also-
you don't just like be like, oh, I'm bored. Maybe I'll play Beat Saber. It's like for me at least, I'll be like, I need to beat that level
It's
still.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I think it also it's one of the games that's like paved the way for a lot of other things. It has predecessors and stuff. I mean, I understand that. If I could be wrong. I think like is it Pistol Whip? That's the
Pistol Whip
Yeah,
is
yeah.
so much fun too.
Pistol Whip is very similar. It's different. It's got a lot of different aspects, but
Yeah,
it's on a similar basis of you
Yeah,
have
it's-
to hit it on time.
Yeah,
with-
it's a similar idea of like you're moving through this stage where you have some music and you hit stuff based on the music, but it's has such a different play style and
Yeah.
in,
Oh,
in
yeah.
the same way that Beat Saber makes you like, oh my goodness, I'm a ninja now. The Pistol Whip is like, oh my gosh, I am now just John Wick.
That's fair. But like I get that. And it is different, but it's also so similar
Mm-hmm.
to each of like Beat Saber and Pistol Whip are so similar. I think I'm pretty sure Beat Saber came out first. Could be wrong on that.
I'm pretty sure it did.
It definitely
Yeah.
did. It was like one of the first VR, like big VR
Exactly.
games.
Might have been
And
me
that's
first.
what's That's what's
No,
crazy
no,
about
it
it.
wasn't the first.
Oh, what was the?
It wasn't the first, but it is one of the biggest.
Yeah.
I don't have any clue.
What was
It was
But it
definitely
paved
one of
the way
the
for others.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the early VR games.
Okay.
Well,
Well, I think I'm
the
comfortable
first-
with it there.
Oh, sorry.
I agree.
We should probably move on before we get
Yeah.
too sidetracked. This will become a Beat
That's
Saber
okay.
video. Actually, oh, I wonder if I could do that. I'll figure that out. Anyways, this is gonna cause a bit of a tear. BioShock Infinite.
Ooh, the best Bioshock, in my opinion.
Uh-oh.
Has anyone else played Bioshock Infinite?
I have
I've
not played BioShock Infinite.
I have played the
You haven't?
stuff you've made me play.
I've played Infinite for
like
a
it.
little bit, and I about rebought the game because there's an FPS sale going on Steam right now. I about
so
bought
good.
it, but I didn't.
Okay, so
I
here's
bought
my
Doom
thing
Eternal
with it.
instead.
Doom
That's a
Eternal
great
is
game.
better.
I mean, yeah. I mean, so Bioshock Infinite is very different than the other Bioshocks for multiple reasons. And I beat it 5 times now, I think. So I didn't appreciate it as much the first time as now. But I feel like it's one of the more advanced plot games of the mid 2010 era. It was very different from games of its time.
You're gonna say that when Minecraft's over here with its expertly crafted lore
Oh man, you're right.
stares
Wow,
at the
Minecraft is
screen.
crazy.
Yeah. Anyways, I won't ask for much with it, but I think it's at least mid A.
I'd agree with that.
I think you had to play it to truly understand where I'm going with it. Like you have to beat
Yeah.
the game and understand everything that happens. That and the two DLCs were beautifully made that connected it back to the first BioShock.
From what little I played, I will say it is fun. Right?
It is so fun. We haven't even gotten to the best part.
Right.
And
Roller coaster
my-
heaven and drowning and lighthouses.
And
Baptism.
my thing is, I have only played the first BioShock,
Okay.
and I did not like it. So
Well-
but you're saying that it's different.
It's
So
it's
I'm
in
gonna
the,
say
it's the sky. It's the opposite of everything BioShock 1 is.
okay.
And the movement. What was your problem with the first BioShock? I can tell you if it's different.
I just kind of felt like I was just walk over here, shoot this guy, look at
Right,
this
'cause-
power up. You did it. Go over here now.
Yeah, I feel like the Infinite. While I mean, it still is obviously a linear game. It did give you more freedom than the first one did.
hmm
So I feel like it didn't have because I had that same kind of issue with the first 2 BioShocks.
And the other thing,
Uh,
I will say about the game, like, I love when games are like, here is like a normal shotgun, it just does shotgun stuff, and then here's this normal pistol, it does normal pistol stuff. But I don't like it when the game's like, here's only normal weapons, and they are all boring.
right.
We do hate
Because-
boring things in games.
Yeah, because BioShock, the first BioShock had, you had the wrench or pipe, whatever it was, which is just the melee weapon. Then you have the
Mhm.
revolver, which is just the sidearm weapon. Then you have the Tommy gun, which is just the AR weapon, even though Tommy guns aren't ARs. Anyway, you have the
The crossbow.
shotgun, the crossbow, which is just a single firing. It's a crossbow. You have
Right.
the shotgun. It is a shotgun. Was there? What were the other ones? I didn't get far enough to get the other ones.
I mean, you're not really missing much after that. The only thing that really makes the first BioShock interesting, the plot. I mean, if you can get around beating it, the plot of that game is actually really good. Narratively, it's just I get.
That's the other thing, though. I feel like the plot is just like, hey, all these smart people actually did something dumb.
And to a degree, but there's an underlying plot that you don't really get a hold of until like the last hour of the game.
Oh.
'Cause it really ties all together. And we're talking about the original one, Bear That in Mind Jackson, not the one
Drew.
that you played. The first, So,
After this, I have a story to tell you.
I'm very afraid.
at that statement alone.
Is it like a haha kind of story, or is it like a everyone's gonna start killing each other kind of story?
Oh,
I think it's
probably
the
both.
Yeah, I think it's the story of me explaining why I didn't like BioShock to Zane.
Oh no.
Mhm.
Brock has
not that.
hated you for that, but no, that's not what I'm
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about.
And I'm still right.
I know what he's talking about.
Either way, everything about whatever any of you just said is so frightening.
Okay, I have a below Battlefront 2. Is that fine?
Here's what I'll say.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Games
Oh.
that have lore in them they have to have either really really nice and interesting lore or really deep and intricate lore
Like Minecraft.
And- like Minecraft. But
Oh,
but sometimes you just have games where they try to be both and it doesn't work.
right.
Well,
It very rarely
that.
works.
up next we have a very lore-heavy game, Bloons Tower Defense.
Bloons TV.
Oh, man.
Which one are we talking about here?
Game.
Which one?
We're talking. I was
this is
thinking.
true.
We are talking like balloons. We're talking like BTD 3 through 5 is what I'm thinking.
Okay. 5, I think, or was it 5 or 4 that I played the most of? I think it was.
Was it on Cool Math?
No, I had it on my Kindle Fire.
That'd be 4.
Yes. Okay. So
I don't remember anything about this game, and that makes me sad.
What?
So
I never played it.
I remember one clip, and that is the meme where it's you set him down, and then all of the nukes start just running at.
oh yeah,
one
the
speed.
one dart monkey and then the nukes.
One dart monkey.
It is crazy that y'all have never played the game. I genuinely, on my desktop currently, have 4 different copies of 4 different Balloon Tower Defense games.
I've played a ton of Balloons TD4. Like, if I was ever on a trip or just not at home when I was a kid, I was playing Balloons TD4.
Yeah.
And then
Aw.
I also played TD5, less so than 4, but just, And then
I think-
I have played a little bit of 6, but I just really couldn't get into it just because
Yeah.
it just sort of felt like 4.
That's
Which
fair.
I know
get that.
I know it's different, and it is really cool that there's the third option. Like there's 3 options instead of 2, but I
Yeah.
also feel like it's just like a lot of these options are the same, like the exact same ones as before.
Yeah, I can see that. I've played more of 5. I remember playing like when teacher wasn't looking. I played BTD4 on Cool Math Games back when it was still on Cool Math and Flash Player existed. And I remember playing
Rip.
4.
So
4
much rip.
Oh yeah, I remember playing 4 quite a lot too. Definitely not as much as 5. And then I remember buying 6. I remember getting it on Steam, and I played it for a couple, like just a couple days. I don't even think I have more than a few hours on the game. But I think what threw me off was just the 3D, like how 3D it was. It just threw me off so much, and it wasn't like the
it just
originals.
yeah, it just didn't.
It didn't feel
look
like it.
right.
The
Like,
gameplay is really good, but I don't know. Something was off with it for me.
Yeah.
Great games. Really,
And also, I never
Kings
used
of
the
their time.
heroes.
the heroes.
I never used the heroes. There was just no reason to.
Oh, yeah, no, never. You never would have to.
Right.
But, yeah.
Well, with all that being said, I am taking y'all's word at this.
It is genuine. If we're talking about like 4, 5, even like maybe 3. 3 was a little janky. 3 was kind of a
3
test.
Yeah, 3 was okay.
If we're
Just
talking 4 and
because-
5, I think it's a solid A to S tier. It's a great game. It is a classic played game.
Really?
I
Mm.
kind of disagree.
You gotta
on
remember,
that.
Drew.
Oh.
Listen, Drew. You gotta remember, this is a mobile game.
Nuh-uh.
That's it.
Well, it
Yeah,
depends.
it's a tower
It's-
defense.
It's a time waster tower defense game.
You play
true.
this
I
when
didn't
you
think about
don't
it
have
that way.
Wi-Fi.
That is kind of true. I didn't think about it because I played it mostly on Cool Math. So I would be like, when I wanted to do something other than school, I would
Right, yeah.
hop on Cool Math and I'd
Exactly.
hook up
It's less
this
of a
game.
I'm going to like I want to play Bloons TD6. It's more of a I don't want to do any of the things that I should be doing. I'm going to play Bloons.
I want to do something.
I want to do something else. I will do this.
that. I get that. Yeah, that's kind of fair.
And also,
And
I would feel really awful for putting it above Stardew Valley.
Yeah, I'm looking at beats here. I'm like,
Oh,
we
that's
have
kinda
like
true.
Astroneer and Stardew Valley, and he's saying A to S tier.
That's true. I didn't really think of that one.
Yeah. Then again, I'm fine with putting it in B tier.
Yeah,
But that means we will be putting it above Titanfall 2.
I mean, it is better. I enjoyed it better than I
Yeah,
enjoyed
everything's better than
Titanfall 2.
Okay.
It is such an
I hate
enjoyable game.
Titanfall too.
Are we fine with bottom of B then?
Yeah, that works. Then.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess if it has to.
I guess.
Sorry,
You know what?
Drew.
You know what? Move
Sucks to be
Minecraft. That's
okay.
no longer the top 4.
No,
Bring it up there.
no, you can't do that.
Remove
Minecraft
Minecraft.
stays.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, Drew's already said
I don't
Minecraft
care.
is his top.
I don't care what tower defense gets as long as Minecraft is top 4. I
Yes.
do not care.
Harmon boy, you
Everything
still
else
want to
can
keep
fall.
Skyrim as your top pick, right?
Did I put Skyrim as my top pick?
You didn't pick yet, but I put it up there
I remember playing
preemptively.
Skyrim. No, Skyrim was never my top pick.
It was your top pick
No.
on the last one, so
Goodness, no.
It actually was.
it was.
But I guess that is true. Okay, well, dang. Okay, well, I don't know why I put it. No, take it out.
Really?
Get him out of here.
That's crazy to me.
So in our discussion on playing games recently, I think I've realized that I really genuinely go back to play Skyrim with mods. And so for that reason, I think it's low S tier.
We'll get back
or
to
high
Skyrim.
A.
I just put it in top
But I don't
4
know,
because that's what
It's
you
no
put
longer
last.
my top favorite game.
All right, what would you say is your top favorite game?
Okay, well,
Actually,
that's
don't tell
fair.
me.
I mean,
We'll do
I'd forgotten I'd
Yeah,
put it for last.
we'll do that when we get.
we'll do that when we get to it. Don't worry about it.
Well,
Don't answer.
I imagine we're not getting into it tonight because it's later in
Uh,
this list.
yeah, probably
Okay.
not. We.
I'll,
Yeah.
I mean, I've only got 20 minutes of this drive left. I gotta go. And I think,
I know
Drew,
I'm
you said
sending
you
us text messages.
oh yeah, I already called your dad back. You're fine.
Okay.
Anyways,
I would.
Anyways,
we'll get to my favorite
I
one.
will mention also, if we want, we could just do it where we just say which ones are our top 4 picks and then explain them.
Yeah, but also I feel like we're gonna go into depth if we do our top 4.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll save that for next episode. How about that?
Okay.
If one of our top 4s end up being
I'm
here,
kind
we'll
of
just skip
torn
over it.
actually on what to make my top one.
Okay. BO2.
Yeah. Okay.
Never
The
played.
best BO.
Yeah.
I feel.
So yeah.
I feel
Here's-
like
here's
this,
the thing,
this
Jackson.
might have been the one that I played with Zane a lot when I was at his house.
Was it the one where you like in the town and like you had the bus?
Who put it on here? Is that you?
This was me. Yeah.
I wouldn't. No, it's been way too long.
Okay. That's fine. It might be.
Right.
No. Well, Harmon Boy can write this with me.
Yeah. So I mean, here's the problem. Though. I don't think you've played the campaign or multiplayer in its height.
I have not. No.
Is the main issue. Um,
But I am
I mean,
fully
you know,
aware.
zombies, so I feel like me and you are not going to come to.
I am fully aware of the
I mean,
reputation that multiplayer has.
no, I mean the multiplayer was hype back in the day. I can't overstate that.
If you say it at a game
You
chat.
understand BO2 multiplayer? Um, yeah. Well, I mean, I was an 11-year-old boy. I never got in game chat. I was smart. um, anyways, no, I mean, I don't think it's one of the greatest games you'll ever play. But I think that it's the best of what Call of Duty has to offer. If we're ranking it just on zombies, I would be more partial to ranking it closer to 3. But I think if we're ranking it as a whole, as a game, I think it's the best of all the Call of Duties. If that makes sense.
Even to that extent, I'm willing to agree with you.
Okay, so where do you think? Since you put it on here, I'll let you pick where you want to put it. We can kind of discuss it.
I'm kind of thinking below Spiritfarer.
I agree with that. That's good.
Because a lot of the games,
think a lot of it points to nostalgia.
A lot of the games that we put, I've noticed this is a trend in our last one as well. The games that we put higher up they're games that are not only just like more sentimental, but give more feeling. And I mean, this game is not one of those games. I like the music.
Okay, here's the thing. I'll agree with you on that, but if you were little 11-year-old me trying to kill Raul Menendez in the campaign, that made you feel something. That man was evil. Like, you don't understand. Childhood me killed him without even thinking.
I'm not.
Like, you could keep him alive too. I ruined the entire game. Like, the entire world ended, but I killed him, and I was happy with that. But no, I agree. It's not the same kind of feelings that you get from other games. Right. I just wanted to make a little joke about
a lot of these other games like that we put up here. I would be more willing to talk about. Right? It's like you can talk about this game, but like, what is there to talk about?
Right. Especially nowadays.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, nowadays it's at its height. It hit its height like a few months ago.
That's true. I think it's good where it is. For all the reasons you mentioned.
Yeah. Similarly with BO3, we're just gonna speed through these. Now, my opinion on this game has changed. I do like it for the zombies. That's all I play. But I think I've grown more attached to BO2 zombies. I'll keep it a buck.
Yeah, right. I feel like it's more nostalgia with BO2. Like, I mean, I'm glad your opinion changed. Cause I feel like BO2 is a very underrated zombies. There's no bad zombies. Let's be clear on that, though. I mean, there is no bad.
Have you played the recent ones? I was about to say. Oh, cool. Okay, don't say that now.
Cold War. But those aren't true zombies. I mean, the round-based zombies we saw mostly Black Ops. How about this? There's no bad Black Ops zombies. That's probably a better way of phrasing it. So no. Anyways, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just wanted to discuss that a little bit.
No, you're completely fine.
Continue though.
That was what I was gonna say. Is I'm a big fan of story. Right? When a story is good, I like it. Me likey good story.
Yeah.
And between the again, I only know the zombies in these games, right?
Right.
Black Ops 2 had a bit of things that were far off the rails, right? I liked the Victus crew. I know a lot of people didn't. Origins is a cool concept. But BO3, when they start just introducing, oh, by the way, God is a thing, and he's just some old man that makes gumballs and drinks, I didn't like it as much. It didn't feel like zombies. It felt like Alien.
And that's kind of why I didn't like Black Ops 3 a lot. I get wanting to change up the formula, but I don't think you change it that much. That's
I
where
will.
the problem comes.
I will say, gameplay-wise, BO3 is superior. I know you disagree. I know you, for some reason, love Dolphin Dive. Which
I don't know. I like the nostalgia it gives me. I like when games stay close to how they were originally made. That's kind of how I've been about it.
that's fine. I'm not saying you're wrong for liking it. I'm just saying.
Right. No.
But that's how that's
Anyways.
changed. Anyways,
Yeah.
I feel bad
I read
because
below it.
I feel bad because Ian and Drew haven't said anything for the past like.
No, I was about to say though, if you want my input on something,
Go ahead.
since you were talking about like, or rather Chandler was talking about how he likes it when games like keep things in like
They don't change their format very
continual-
often.
yeah they like things that they don't change about their format.
Oh boy.
I would like to see a new Zelda game that is a top-down Zelda game that isn't a remake.
Right.
Okay.
Because like, you know, they like which one? Link's Awakening had a pretty recent remake, and I haven't played it, but I've heard really good things about it just because, you know, it's Link's Awakening. But also I feel like the top down games had more chances to be more interesting than the other ones just because it's just more mysterious because, you know, it's top down, you don't get to see everything.
Right.
That's probably not a good way of putting it, but you know what I mean. There's just a certain charm to top-down games over ones that, to be honest, look better, but just, you know, they don't have the same charm. But then, like when you're doing a remake of it, it's sort of like, I could play the original,
Right.
and sure, it wouldn't look as good, but it'd be the same game.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
There's some exceptions to that, but not many.
So you're
Yeah,
not. You don't like.
obviously,
You're more of a remastered kind of
exceptions.
guy then.
Yeah, remastered is much better in my opinion. Speaking of which, remaster of Final Fantasy Tactics is happening.
It is
Oh.
happening.
That's hype.
We don't have any dates or like any sort of like official things, but the original director for the the original Final Fantasy Tactics was like, hey, we've got a bunch of dudes from the original Final Fantasy Tactics programming crew working on that would work on a remaster if we did make one. So we're probably going to make one.
Makes sense.
So that makes me so excited.
You're gonna make me tired, Jax.
Don't
Can't
be.
do
You're
that.
on the road. You're not allowed to be
Right.
tired.
Well,
I'm on the road.
do you not fall asleep at the
Yeah.
wheel?
Yeah. I've almost done it many times. Man.
Well,
That's concerning.
boys, we have enough time for maybe
Anyway.
one or two more entries. I'm gonna let y'all pick. Just pick one. Let's break it. Let's break
sure.
our.
Let's talk about.
Let's break the order a little
Let's
bit.
talk
Do we
about
wanna-
Earth Attack.
We want to do one of someone's top fours, just
Don't worry about there.
leave it off with a neat one.
I took a nap.
I'm fine with that.
Barely awake.
Wait. Hold on, I missed that. What are we doing? Sorry.
Harmon boy, I'm curious. You put Skyrim as your top pick last time. What is your
Yeah.
new top pick?
Either, but my great
Is God of War Ragnarok on there?
It is
very overphysics. That's all I
somewhere.
gotta say.
Here it is.
Okay, so here's my problem.
Really,
It's really recently become between it or Three Houses. Honestly.
really.
And I'm really torn between the two.
That's vastly different.
Well,
They are very different games.
Very different
they're
games,
very different.
and very different from Skyrim.
Well, so here's my problem. Here's where my problems arisen from, right?
She wasn't even
Um, Skyrim was my favorite for mainly nostalgia purposes. Like, that was my favorite one as a kid, right? Like, that was the game.
I mean, that's the reason Minecraft is up here. But
right. I feel like recently I've really expanded my play, and I've grown more towards like tactics and narrative-driven games, which is exactly what Fire Emblem in general has been for me, and obviously also very narrative.
I will say,
how to do it.
I will say,
And I'm very
I would be. I'm not gonna like say you should pick 3 houses because it's your decision, but I would enjoy it more if you picked 3 houses specifically just because I was the one who introduced it to you.
Yeah, and you know what? I think it is 3 houses.
really, okay.
I agree because Eli was the one who got me to play it. Like he was like, you should try this game. Because I went to Eli and Zane and I asked him for game recommendations. I remember this well. And Eli was like,
Yeah, and
if you like tactics games, you should try 3 houses. Like,
yeah, I think.
Okay.
And then before that, I recommended Spiritfarer to you, right?
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah, and you really liked that one, and I was like, you know what? He likes story-driven games. I'm gonna see if he likes like. I want to ask and see like what his thoughts are on tactics games, and if he likes tactics games, I'm gonna introduce him to Fire Emblem.
Drew, have you ever played Fire Emblem, Drew?
Sometimes it has great story, sometimes it doesn't.
I may have, but it wouldn't have been more than like a single time for.
Okay.
So, I don't fully remember.
That's okay. At least you're awake.
I'm kind of on the same page with you there, Drew, in the sense that I've actually never played a Fire Emblem game, but I have.
Same. Like
E and I a while ago started a playthrough, and then something went wrong and we had to stop. But I've been hooked.
Yeah, no, the problem with it is that the way that I was able to do it when we were doing it is I had 2 monitors to work with. I had one to like watch the game on like my own screen, and then another one to like not emulate, but like I have a video recorder that I would plug into my Switch dock, and then like
he was
stream it through OBS.
Yeah, he was streaming it through OBS,
and that's how we.
Yeah, it worked well.
Right now, I only have 1 monitor because I'm not at home.
Okay.
So that's kind of what happened there. I will say, from how far we've gotten, I do like the characters. Although, I have been informed by both Harmon Boy and E that my selection of house for our playthrough was probably the worst one to pick.
And it kind of was.
And
I would have. The other 2 choices were just so much more interesting.
And I would have chosen another one if you didn't give me choices.
Not that the golden deer themselves are just bad in general, but just the story-wise.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. Here's the thing. It's really centered a lot around Black Eagle and Blue Lion. You know.
I don't know.
Right? Is that
Which,
their names?
to be fair, I didn't think it would be that way when we were choosing, like, when we did the playthrough together, because before then I had only played Black Eagle, and so I didn't really know how the different stories worked. So I didn't know if they were supposed to be,
And I still feel that Black Eagle's the best one. Blue Lion is really close.
Black Eagle is absolutely the best one, but Blue Lion is great just because of Dimitri alone.
I'm sorry, E. If I had known.
Anyways, it is my favorite.
I know, but I didn't want you to know because I don't like. Also, I mainly also didn't know.
Well,
Okay. Much information of why those decisions are so good, but we're gonna keep the spoilers from because there's so much good things that happen with the other two houses.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We are absolutely finishing a
You haven't even
playthrough
got the
of
most
3
beautiful
houses,
part of
if
the game.
not
oh, of course.
Yeah.
multiple.
Well, I will say, Harmon
I'm like
boy,
200 hours.
this change in your top pick is I don't wanna,
Drastic.
yeah, drastic. I don't want to say surprising because I know you like the game, but it's a little surprising.
Yeah. No, I mean that makes sense. And I mean, so when I picked Skyrim originally, it was kind of like a spur of the moment. Like I hadn't put a lot of thought into it. You know what I mean? Like I was kind of like, I need to get a list together, and I just kind of was like, right off the bat, I was like, Skyrim's so good, I'll put Skyrim there. Skyrim's so great. Skyrim is still an S tier game, but Skyrim is not 3 houses in my heart.
And hey,
Anymore.
that's fine. It doesn't have to be. But still, I mean, just I don't know. I do find it kind of funny that when I put it up here last time, because I was like, well, he did it. He put it up here last time, and then to hear your repulsiveness, you're like, ugh, no. Why is Skyrim up there? I was like, you put it up there
Yeah.
last time. I don't see why you suddenly don't like it.
Right. It was a lot of soul searching.
I will say it's funny. I've noticed it's not just with this. It's multiple times. You will have this pattern where you like you play a game obsessively, and you play it and you play it, and then a month later you'll say, "Oh, I hate that game."
Yeah. Well, so, and I mean, you're right. That is how I do with things. But I think that the problem with Skyrim was I realized how much was behind the paywall and how much was really lacking and that I filled in with mods.
I don't know. I don't know if you can complain about paywalls when you've been getting, you know, like pre-order
When you play
bonuses.
Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah, hey, Dragon's Dogma slaps though. Both the Dragon's Dogma slap. And I mean, you don't technically, while it comes with the edition I bought, it doesn't, you can get everything for free. If that makes sense.
Right, Chandler. How much did you spend on Starfield?
If we're not talking about Starfield anymore, it's not important to this.
How much did you spend versus how much did you need to spend?
Yeah, I could have spent 120 to get the same thing. If I
Yeah.
wanted the complete edition.
Yeah.
But, anyways,
Anyways,
that
Actually,
is in my top 3.
I did also realize, have you guys heard of who was it? Ubisoft announced a new game that they were making. I forgot which
Oh,
one it was.
the pirate game, Skull and Bones.
No, it was based off of like previous. What's
I
Hold on.
didn't know Ubisoft was making a new game about anything like this. I know about the pirate one, but
Yeah, that's the only one I know of. Anyways, I gotta nip a little early. I'm at the restaurant now.
we can wrap up now. It's time to wrap up.
Okay. It's time to wrap up.
Boys, we did not get very far, but honestly, that's okay.
That's okay.
This is gonna
That's
be.
okay. We'll get done next.
I thought.
It was quality over quantity.
Yeah. Normally, it's not like this. Before when we did this, we would have 2-parters, maybe 3-parters. This might be a 16-parter.
But it's more have quality over.
Oh yeah, I feel much more.
Mm-hmm.
I feel much more confident about this one than our last ones.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and end it here, boys. Do you have anything to say to any of the fans watching at home?
Let your opinion change based off the person you are in gaming. That's my word.
That was deep.
That's wisdom right there.
Those words of wisdom right
Yeah,
there.
well, yeah, that was actually wisdom. Not something silly. That was just fact.
my word of wisdom? Another game that isn't on this tier list. Play Dark and Darker. It is fun.
Product placement. He's not sponsored.
I am sponsored by me.
Big Shadow Legends.
No. I think my word of wisdom it'd be probably chartreuse.
That's a good one.
Chartreuse is a good word.
That is a
It's a
word.
good color.
I also,
It's a funny
it is a
one.
good word, and I actually know what that color is.
It is. It's
Huh?
like a yellowy green.
Yeah, it's a very
kinda-
bright green.
You would think it almost a blue color, but
Mm.
anyways, that's my word. That's my wisdom.
Anyway,
And mine is paywalls don't make skating bad.
he cries in Destiny. Okay. Well,
Cries and wanting D2 to be a good game.
yeah.
I just
There you
wish it would be
Hundreds of dollars.
good.
Just figure it out.
Just please be good.
You've
I
been
want
there
it to be
before. Stop leaving it behind.
Alrighty.
Anyways, thank y'all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe to all that generic YouTube stuff. It helps out a lot. We will see you all next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.